Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that haven't already, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button. If anyone wants, I know quite a lot about Hermes, handbags, just from the perspective of being an utter enthusiast. So yes, today we are talking about Hermes Preloved. Now, there's a lot that we see in social media. There's a lot that I see in like the luxury handbag community on things like Purse Bop and blah, blah, blah. A lot of people talking about how difficult it is to get Hermes bags directly from boutique. A lot of people talking about, pre-spend phenomenon, not something I really buy into. I just buy things that I like from Hermes. I buy things from the Hermes website. Excuse me, a little tickle in my throat. Not sure where that came from. Probably need more tea. That's probably what I need. I may try and sneak a cheeky tea before taking the dog out for a walk. But basically, there's a lot of talk about that. I have bought bags directly from the boutique. I have also bought pre-loved. And there are advantages and disadvantages of both approaches. And I thought I would talk that through with you. What I was saying before I was choking on myself was that there's a lot of talk that you see about pre-spend and, well, for if you're not, get away with the pre-spend and put that and buy direct from, buy from a reseller as opposed to from boutique. Pay more for your Birkin or Kelly, but you haven't spent the pre-spend, so it kind of adds up to be about the same. Now, that's not true for me. That is not been my Hermes journey. I'm based in the UK. Things may be a bit different here than they are in, for example, America or Australia, but that has not been my experience. I've only ever bought from Hermes the things that I like, as I've said repeatedly on this channel. And I've also bought things from the Hermes website. So I've not even gone direct via my SA. And my SA just says to me, look, if you see something on the website you like, go for it. Because there's no guarantee you're going to get it in store. So I have done that. Bags and other items as well. Other items that, scarves and things that perhaps could add up to be my pre-spend. I just bought them on the website. I've not even gone via my SA. Because for me, if I want the thing, I want the thing. And getting what I want is more important than going and adding something up into a pre-spend. That's my position. That's my Hermes journey and, game rules, if you like. I don't play a game. I shop. So, buying pre-loved. Basically, and the purpose of this video, with this eye candy here, is, and I'm going to go through these, all these bags are special for their own reasons. All of these I bought less than retail, significantly less than retail, and I bought them pre-loved. All my other Hermes bags I own currently, I bought direct from boutique or my garden party I got from the website. And even took a day to think about it, it was still there. And it's a Rouge Ash, goes great with this, actually go perfect with this outfit. This or my grey Kelly 28. Anyway, let's talk you through these. I can't remember all of the prices that I spent exactly, mainly this one, but I know it was significantly less than retail. So I'll tell you about the bags and what they are, and we can just chat a bit more about the whole journey. If anyone's got any questions on this, put this in the comments box below. I know my perspective is going to be different to some other people you see on YouTube. I'm talking from my own personal experience, and that may just be different to other people's experiences. So it may be an alternative view, but it's from the perspective of someone who's been buying Hermes for a long time, like I say, boutiques or the pre-loved route. It depends what you're buying pre-loved and where. So for example, if I wanted to go and buy a mini Kelly down the pre-loved route, I'm going to have to pay more than retail for that. I'm not a miracle worker. So I won't do that. I will only buy a mini Kelly from boutique. I hope that will happen someday soon. It'd be nice if it would happen if 2025 was the year that brought that. If not, it isn't. But I will not be spending, the cheapest I've ever seen a mini Kelly for in new condition was £14,000, and that was on one of the Facebook groups. That's the cheapest. Normally, for me to see a mini Kelly in one of the combinations that I would want, it's in the £20,000 GBP sterling mark. 20 to 24. That's the price of a mini Kelly from, for example, a consignment store. That's what they cost. They are around, depending on the leather, you know, around the 8 to 9,000, between the 8 and the 9,000 mark, direct from boutique, I believe. I can't remember exactly, and I haven't bought one, so I can't tell you. But that's around the mark that we're looking at. So if anyone is looking down that route, just so you know, boutique price is going to be about 8,000. I remember when they were about 6.5. Anyway, there's been some price rises. There is a price rise due in January. Hermes always have a price rise every January. I'm hoping this one won't be as significant as the last two, but we'll see. Like I say, these aren't exactly essentials. And for me, you know, spending £8,000 or spending £8,800, it's the same level of ridiculousness, if you see what I mean. It's that same level of, you know, not hardship, but it's that same level of having to save and give up. It's not the difference between the two. Yes, £800 is significant, but what I mean is it's such ludicrous money anyway on that scale of things. Yeah, that's my take on it basically. So the first bag I have is this. This I bought for less than £7,000, 6,000 and something I spent on this bag. This is a Kelly 35 Retourne in Togo leather in the colour Blue Hydra with gold hardware. She didn't come with a box, but she came with dust bag and her long strap, 85cm strap. I will wear this crossbody. It's high crossbody, but I will sometimes if I'm doing the commute and I'm doing a lot of walking, I want this crossbody. Now it's a reasonably heavy bag, and that's because it's a Kelly 35. They're all leather lined. They're not lightweight. The 35 is a great bag. I can fit my laptop in here which was partly why I bought the 35. The Retourne is, I always thought I would only ever want the Cellier Kelly, and I was always probably still am more of a Kelly than the Birkin girl. I've got a bit more Birkin love more recently, even though I sold one. But the Kelly is great. You can hook this through your arm if you want. So you hook a Birkin through the crook of your arm. You can still do it with the Kelly. Get a Retourne. They've got a bit of that more casualness going. The 35, you see I've got this slouch here. You'll get that with a 35. Pretty much all of them that you see on the Preloved market will have the slouch. Not much you can do about it. You can try and sort of stuff it well. You could try massaging it out with a heat gun, but to be honest, I think you probably need to store it flat. I don't. I store it upright, well stuffed and in a dust bag, but I do store her upright because that's, you know, all the room that I have. But the slouch, I would say, definitely is no worse since I've owned her. If anything, it's probably a little bit bigger. The condition is amazing. So like I say, apart from the slouch, there's absolutely zero wear to this bag. So like I say, a good couple of £1,000 less than retail quota bag. It can happen, and I actually love this. This wasn't a planned purchase. I saw this for sale on one of the Facebook groups. Hermes Addicted UK is a good one. I saw it on there and just fell in love with this colour. Absolutely fell in love with this Blue Hydra colour. So that is the first one that I've got to show you. I did also buy, actually from the same person I bought this from, a Rouge Cassac Epsom Birkin 35. Again, at a good sort of about the £2,000 mark below retail. I've since sold that on just because I wasn't in love with the Epsom leather in that bag. Made it a lot more lightweight, which was really good. There's a lot of positives, but I just slightly fell out of love with her. So I thought, let's get the £7,000 back if we're not as in love with her as we should be. That was it really. No great drama, no buyer's regret or anything like that. I had her for a while. I used her and I loved her, and my taste changed slightly. So that's bag number one. Now this, Oh, this is a beauty. Look at this. This is my Kelly 32 Cellier in box calf leather, black box calf leather with shiny gold hardware. This bag, again, look at all the corners. Absolutely immaculate. The only real damage is slightly on the back here. There. See that? There. So this is basically an indentation from storage, not by me, from one of the previous owners. I think actually since owning her, it's got slightly better, and I haven't done anything with it. This box leather, I was too scared to do anything with it. So it's on the back. It doesn't bother me that much. The box leather is stunning on this example. It's not got, with a lot of age of the vintage ones, if you look like on this area, like round here, you will see like cracking. Now on mine, there is absolutely none. It's more of like a dryness that you see. Anyway, I got this Kelly 32 in box for £5,800 a few years ago. I don't know what the retail would be on this, probably around the £10,000 mark, I would imagine. Box leather is more expensive. So you've got what I call your standard average leathers, which is like your Togo, your Clements, your Epsom, your Country, blah, blah, blah. For example, your Swift then is one of the nicer ones. It's going to be higher than, you've always got like Epsom at the bottom, and anything that's like a heat stamped leather as opposed to a natural grain. Then you've got like your Togo and Clements. Then you're going to have your Swift. Then you're going to have your Chev Mysore. Then you're going to have things like Box, and the next example we've got to show you. And then you're moving into your exotics, your ostrich, your lizards, alligator and croc. So that's kind of the layering of the Hermes leathers and pricing. So I would imagine that a Kelly 32 in box is around 10,000 mark. So I got this at great price. Also, when I decided that I wanted a box leather Kelly, I wanted it with this. So a lot of the vintage ones just have the one bit of hardware here on the handle, which is you can just attach the strap to. Mine has what the modern Kellys have, which is this extra bit there for the strap. So you'll see that I also have that on this Kelly here. There. So that was one of the things that I wanted. It wasn't a deal breaker at all. Yes, ideally a Kelly 28 may have been a better size for me. But this is just, she's art. She's absolutely stunning. Buying pre-loved is also a really good way. So like I say, I'd buy from boutique, but I would also say that buying pre-loved is a really good way of getting exactly what you want. If you can afford it and you can get exactly what you want, then do it. Because for me, that's the most important thing is getting what I want. I also tend to refuse to pay over retail. I potentially would a little bit if it was the perfect bag, but that's me. These things are hard enough to afford as it is. I'm not in a position to be buying more than retail. And it doesn't sit well with me. So nothing against anyone that does at all. I completely get it. But this is an absolutely stunning example. And aside from being a lot less than retail, it's really hard to get box leather in store. It's one of the heritage leathers. It's a bit rarer. So yeah, I don't use this bag anywhere near enough. I think because she's so stunning and so beautiful, she's also very delicate, and I worry about ruining her, either scratching or like blistering her in the rain. So if I ever take her anywhere, I always pack inside a really good quality carrier bag in case I get caught in rain. But yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous bag. And again, such a good saving against the retail price. And the final bag I've got, and there was a whole load of unnecessary drama with this, but anyway, is this bag. Now, let's start off with what makes this bag so special. What makes this bag so special is the leather. This is not the original barenia, it's like the new take on barenia. This is the Faubourg barenia in Havana. And this is the Hermes 2424, and mine is in the size 35. Now this 35 holds more than this 35, absolutely does. This 35 is also heavier than this 35, and that's because of the barenia leather. It's a stunning leather, it's like saddle leather. It's got this silver hardware, big chunky piece of hardware. Only comes with a top handle, there's no shoulder strap with this one, but it does have, it's fiddly to open and close. This is fiddly, and I say this as someone that owns multiple Kellys. The 2424 is fiddly, because you open it, fine, lovely. I have a pillow in there just to maintain some structure. That needs to clean. But then I find to close it, and this isn't because of the pillow, it does this all the time, you kind of need to support. I find I almost need to like grab her underneath this bit to get that hardware in. So it's much better when it's down, and not so easy to do as you're walking along and holding it by the top handle, because you're almost pulling it further away from closing. That's the biggest criticism of this bag, that and the weight. But it has this handy back pocket, so I can fit like, it's really quite generous, so I can fit like my phone and my travel pass in there. So anything I want really quick, easy access to goes in there, and everything else I'll worry about later. I often use this for work. It's just a lovely bag. It really is just gorgeous. Now, I originally, like I said, there was a whole drama of this. I originally bought this for £3,000 on one of the Facebook groups. So that was a third, basically, I got it for a third of the retail price. This is like a £9,000 bag that I got for £3,000. Now, would I buy a 2424 for £9,000? No. So if you like a 2424, especially if you like the larger sizes, there are bargains to be had. You still get it smells amazing. You still get all of the great Hermes craftsmanship. I mean, look at all this stitching. You get all of that, but you can get some great condition bags at great prices. So like I say, buying Hermes pre-loved, it's all about knowing what you can get for your money and knowing what a good buy is. Basically, go big. Go big. Buy small bags from boutique, buy big bags pre-loved. Even though it's supposed to be big bags coming in for however many years it's been saying that, the prices don't reflect it. Maybe what you're seeing online on social media and, you know, influencers, maybe that is reflecting those trends, but prices aren't for some reason. I'm not sure why, but they are not. So these are my, like I say, the three, let's scratch them. Obviously the box goes on the outside. These are my 3 pre-loved Hermes bags that I have currently in my collection. Let me know any questions at all about buying Hermes pre-loved or new in the description box, in the comments section below. Obviously I can only answer from my own experience, and that is a UK experience. I mean, I have shopped abroad, but it's been like the odd twilly. I've never tried to buy a bag abroad. So there are my 3 beauties there, all really special. Like I say, these 2, pick this up so carefully, I want to drop this on the video. These 2, having those heritage leathers, are just so special and practically impossible to get from boutique. So to get them, and to get them at such a big discount, you know, sort of nearly half price and like a third of the price, I think was a pretty good achievement. I've shopped. That's what I had to say about that. I just thought I'd give an alternate view to buying Hermes pre-loved, because it can be great. You can get exactly what you want at a good price. All of these are really quite, I'd say they're all functional bags. No, they're not. These 2 are really functional bags. This one just looks pretty. So yeah, that was it from me. Take care, and I will see you soon for another video. Bye bye.